Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn McGowan. This is Atlas Bowen. Today I'm back working on my E46. So several weeks ago I did a video on how I smashed the front of this thing. Although it doesn't look bad now, I kind of have like a band-aid over everything just so I could drive it until I got everything I needed to put it back together. I have two giant holes behind this German license plate here, and these grills are kind of essentially covering up just big dents and stuff all the way around it. The whole thing was pushed back. So you know, the headlights were like, some of the clips and stuff were broken and the corner lights were broken, so I just have some cheap ones in there for now. So my plan was to try to source all the parts. I got all new headlights and all that kind of little stuff, and I decided to buy a parts car for the hood and the bumper, headlight trim, anything else that I needed. I am in the BMW parts business, so I kind of figured if I could get a decent Titan Silver Coupe convertible from 2000 to 2003, it might be worth my while to use the BMW hood on it and the OEM BMW bumper instead of buying aftermarket or buying another used hood that needs a bunch of work. So a car popped up on Marketplace. I went, bought it, had to tow it back here. It was like sitting in the woods and it was just covered in like so much crap, like you could barely see it, but the metal looked good. It didn't really look in bad shape. So I figured, you know what, this is cool. I washed it and there's a bunch of like dents all over the hood. Nothing big, I'll be able to get them out, and the paint on it was shit. So I was like, okay, well I can't really do anything with this. So I already have it, so let me just sand it, do the body work, and paint the hood and the bumper. So this essentially was going to be the video of me putting it all back together, but this is the video of me showing all the stuff I got, and then we're going to put new headlight lenses in, fix all the lights, and get all that stuff essentially finished. So once I finish up painting the bumper and the hood, then I can just throw those on there and be done. So essentially that's going to be the process as of right now. Not everything always works out the way you want, but at least I have everything now, and I just got to make it pretty. So let's look at this parts car. So it's already apart, obviously, but this is the hood, and I circled all the little dings and dents and stuff like that I gotta fix before I paint the thing. Other than that, the bumper's here, and that's actually pretty good shape. There's only like one scratch on the front of it. So all in all, it's pretty decent stuff to work with, but unfortunately I gotta paint it. So that's that for now. So either way, we'll pop the hood on this thing. I'll show you the stuff that I got as far as the lights and stuff, and we'll get that on. This week's video is brought to you by LCOBMW Parts. Visit our online store for E36, E46, and E90 parts, or follow us on Instagram at LCOBMW. All the links are in the description below. Just want to show you up close this hood here. So you can see there are all the little dings and stuff that I circled in it. So nothing big and bad or anything, just enough to, you know, have to do some body work on it. But the paint doesn't look that good either, especially out in the sun. It's horrible. I think it was resprayed at some point, but it is the original hood, which is good. And then I already have everything out of the bumper. This is essentially the worst. And then obviously underneath it's scraped and stuff like that, but it's not cracked. And most of the time these things all crack, all the little holes and stuff underneath. They all split, and this one's actually in really good shape, considering. And then this is all the stuff out of it, so I got all extra. So just in case anything behind mine, like these brake ducts normally snap at the little tab, so I have all that kind of stuff too, just in case the stuff on my car is broken, which is very helpful. And then I got to paint that piece too. It's like the insert that goes right in there. Not a big thing. All right, so there's a couple little things I got. I got new side marker lights. I bought these like cheap ones off of Amazon just to throw in there for the time being, because only the driver's side one was broken and they were the original ones. But the problem was on the side of it, and once I pull it out here, I'll show you. See, there's like that little gasket, and it should just be really tiny. That butts up against the fender. The one on this is like a 1/4 inch thick like that, and it's just so freaking weird. And it looks like so cheap, and like it wasn't supposed to fit, so they just like filled it with the gasket. So that's not gonna work for me at all. So I got these, so these should fit pretty well. And I also got some new headlight lenses. Now these ones don't look too bad. It's because I got a bunch of like, you know, polish on top just to get the fog out of there. But they do sell these replacement lenses, and which is cool is that these actually just kind of clip in. You don't have to, like the old ones, you had to like cut them, heat them, and pull them off like that, and reseal them. These you can get, and they have new gaskets and stuff if you need it, but you essentially just kind of unclip these from the headlight and pop them back in. So that's what we're gonna do. I might actually just leave the headlights in the car and try to do them that way. I know I got to pull that like lower trim here off. I want to pull it off anyway because I think it's broken down here anyway from the accident. So just this 2 or 4 exciting little pieces are going to go on today, but at least that stuff will be buttoned up, and then we'll move on to blowing up the old paint booth and painting that stuff. All right, so pop these quarter lights out. Try to pry that headlight trim off real quick. That's what I'm talking about here. See how thick that is? This looks so freaking odd. But, and this brand is Depot, which is actually pretty good. Usually they make good like headlights and stuff like that. So this one's not as thick, but this one's just kind of a little obnoxious. So gotta go. All right, let's get this trim off, hopefully. And this actually clips in underneath the headlight, which is pretty cool, but this one's actually damaged right there. See that? It's from the accident, got broken. But I got another one, so it's all good. All right, let's play around with this headlight. Let me show you these clip things. Essentially, right here, one there, one here like this, that just pops right up. And you can get this new gasket piece like this, and that just pops in there. So it's all like serviceable, which I didn't get. I just got the lens, but you know, next time I guess I'll order those up. There's 3 at the bottom here. All right, so I'm gonna pry this thing off. Stay out of here. All right, got that piece off there. It's not looking too good, but all good. And then I got another one here, another one here. Look at that. Oh my God, it's so easy. It's crazy. Here's the old one, kind of foggy. So I'm just gonna go in here and clean everything up and probably just put a little bit of lubricant on this seal because it looks pretty good. And I always keep all my cars like inside, so I'm not really worried about water getting inside of it or anything like that. So, okay, I'm gonna do in here. I'm just gonna push this back on here. I actually never did that before. And I've handled like hundreds of these headlights and just kind of recently found out that you can actually replace these. But I have to say, that was freaking easy, man. I feel like I want to replace them on all my cars. Doing the hard work today. Big projects. All right, cool. So I got my headlight trim off the donor car, which is in really good shape. It's cleaning off the 20-some years of grime and gook off the back of it. Normally, like all these little tabs and stuff in here, they normally all break. I mean, like people trying to pry them off and stuff like that, they just snap. And it's old plastic, which doesn't help. Okay. Okay, so that's in, it fits nicely. Now do the corner light. So I'm just realizing one thing. So there's like a difference in these stupid lights. So the one I have has this top little fork looking thing. And then there's a screw that comes on top and you just tighten that down to snug it. And then there's another style, which they sent me instead of the one that I really needed. It actually goes and clips into the light. So this is useless. I gotta send these back, order new ones. So in the meantime, here we are again. I'm gonna just throw these hokey ones back in and until I get the right ones. Maybe I'll have those by the time I put the hood on, but whatever. Let's do the other side next. trim cleaned up. Pop this back in here. Corner light. The OEM ones fit so nice. They just slide right in, and these things, I'm like literally pressing against that big seal, just trying to keep it in while I lock it down. Get a close zoom in here. So it looks real nice and clean. That even before there's a giant gap here. I mean, there's still a little gap there, but not bad. Then driver's side. The headlight trim just did not even fit in there well. Now it fits real nice. Okay, so for now, the easy work's done. Definitely a lot easier and faster than I thought it was going to take. I didn't even have to take out the headlights, which is nice. So kind of a real simple upgrade. And those brand, it's like Euro parts. They're actually really good. So some of them, like you can get them for cheaper. I got this all on rockauto.com, and they were probably like the best price. Normally like $75 a lens. You got to make sure if you have halogen or xenon, which these are, you get the right ones. But other than that, they were probably, one of my buddies recommended me that brand because he just put them on his M3. He said they were really good. So thanks to my buddy Mike for telling me to get that brand specifically, and they essentially just popped right in, which is nice. So all in all, that's easy. One hood, one bumper. So we got to do that next. So it is time officially to do what I love more than anything. Start doing body work on this thing. So I get this thing set up. Cry a little bit, probably wait 2 or 3 days before I actually come out here, start sanding. I had my buddy Shaw come over and help me find all the little dings and dents. He's got a ton of paint experience, so he's gonna kind of hold my hand through this thing just to get it right and not have to, you know, do it, paint it, and realize that like all the dents that I spent hours of body work on, you can still see, so that's gonna be helpful. So a couple things I got, which is exciting. I've actually had this left over from my C4. Body filler, you're gonna need that. I got an assortment of sandpaper, so that'll be fun. And then I got some U-Pull high build primer for all the spots, just so I can, you know, build up and sand down so it turns out nice. So all in all, that's it for today's video. So next time we're gonna get to sanding and the body work on this stuff. And then once that's done, we can drag out my paint booth and get that thing fired up and get some paint on this stuff. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.